did my eyebrows off camera, and I'm starting out by priming my eyes with my e.l.f. Shadow Lock eyeshadow primer. Now I'm going to set the primer on my eyelids with some powder, and the powder I'm using is just the powder I usually use on my face, which is the True Match Super Blendable Powder in C6. And now to start the actual eyeshadow, I'm using this shade right here as my transition shade. This shade is called Firecracker, and I'm going to use that same blending brush that I used to set my eyelids with the powder. I think this is a really pretty transition shade. It's a really pretty copper brown, and even if you want to just put it all over your eyes, it works great as that too. I really like it. And now for my crease shade, I'm going to use a dark brown color, and I'm going to use this blending brush by e.l.f. to apply it. The brown color I'm going to use is this color right here. I know that my thing is broken. I've had this for like 2 years now. I'm going to use this color right here from my Maybelline the Nude palette. I really should get a new one of these, but a part of me just wants to keep it until all the shadows hit pan, because, I mean, why waste, you know? Right, and I'm going to blend it back out with my blending brush. Alright, so now I'm going to get an even darker brown, and I'm going to go into my outer and inner corner in a little bit of my crease. I'm going to use the shade Activist that is from my Tartelette 2 in Bloom palette. The shade right here, I use it in like, I feel like I use it in like every other tutorial now, but probably just being dramatic. No, I think I have used it in like my last 3 videos. I just really like it, you can't tell. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on, not focus, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it on the outer corners and the inner corners and a little bit of the crease, but I'm not going to let it, I'm not going to apply it on this middle portion of my eyelid. Okay, so I've applied it to my inner corner and outer corner. Now I'm going to start to apply it in the crease. I'm going to blend that darker crease color, and I'm going to blend everything else using this using this blending brush. I'm just going to lightly blend everything just so nothing looks too harsh. And I'm going to go back with this brush and just touch up any parts that kind of got over blended. So now for the actual blue part of the eyeshadow. Okay, so now I'm going to apply this stick eyeshadow on the middle of my lid as a base. It is by Wet n Wild, and it is the Wet n Wild Idol Eyes Cream Shadow Pencil. I'm not sure what the shade is, to be honest. Okay, looks like the shade is 130 Pixie. So I'm going to apply this right on that middle empty space as a base for the blue eyeshadows. By the way, the reason why I used this color as an eyeshadow base is because it's a really bright champagne cream, but on my skin at least, it's almost white. So I feel like it's a really good way to lift the color of the blue, if that makes sense, like kind of make it appear lighter. Over that, I'm going to put this blue on top of it. I'm actually going to use my finger because I feel like with these eyeshadows in this palette, they work best when you just use your finger, so that's what I'm going to do. By the way, the brand of this eyeshadow palette is Rolé Rosé. My sister gave it to me, and I tried to look it up online, but I haven't found it. I haven't found it being sold anywhere. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't found a website that actually sells them. But it is Relais Rosé. I don't know if any of y'all are able to find this anywhere. Go ahead and let me know, but I have not. I just know that I really love these eyeshadows. On top of that, I'm going to apply this blue eyeshadow pigment from Shani Cosmetics. I'm using this side of my Naked 2 eyeshadow brush. Before I actually apply it, I'm also going to spray it with some setting spray, just to really make sure that the color is intense. So right now I look kind of crazy, so I'm gonna go back with that dark brown that I put on my outer corner, on my outer corners, inner quarters, and crease. As I'm doing that, I'm gonna start to try to blend the brown. I'm gonna start to try to blend everything in, if that makes any sense. If you put a little too much blue, like it covers a little too much of your eyelid, this is where you can touch that up. Alright, so now that's done. Now I'm going to apply my winged liner, and I'm also going to apply my false lashes. For my winged liner, I'm going to be using my NYC liquid eyeliner. The false lashes I'm using are actually new. I'm really excited to use them. They're the 206 Ardell lashes. I've heard a lot of good things about them, so yeah, I'm going to do that off camera because it would just be a mess if I tried to do it on camera. Like, I'm not that good at applying false lashes on to be just pop, pop. No, ma'am. So I will be back. Alright, so now my false lashes are on, and I'm going to use my liquid eyeliner to go over the lash band. I'm going to apply my mascara again to really help my real lashes blend in with my false lashes. Now I'm going to move on to my face. I'm going to prime my face with my Nivea Men's Post Shave. Now I'm going to apply my foundation. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in Coca 112 or Cocoa. I'm not sure how to say it, to be honest. And I'm going to be using my Morphe M439 brush to apply it. For concealer, I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn, and I'm going to highlight. Alright, and before I blend it out with my Beauty Blender, I'm going to spray my Beauty Blender with some setting spray. And I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to cream contour using this dark brown shade from my Beauty Treats Contour and Highlight Cream palette. It is this shade. To contour my nose, I'm just going to use this eyeshadow brush. Alright, to blend it out, I'm going to use this stipple brush by Real Techniques. And to blend the contour on my nose, I'm cleaning the brush that I use to apply my concealer with this eyeshadow brush. And to set the contour, I'm going to use my contour shade, my Black Radiance contour palette. So I'll make sure it's completely set my face. I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in C6. For my blush, I'm applying my Wet n Wild blush in Mellow Wine. I'm applying it on the apples of my cheeks, and I'm just kind of spreading it out. So now I'm going to go back to my eyes real quick before I apply my highlight and spray my face and put on my lipstick and all that. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this flat top eyeshadow brush that I got from Target. And I'm going to apply that shade Activist on my lower lash line. I'm going to use this blue eyeliner pencil, and I'm going to apply that on my lower waterline. Alright, and I'm going to get my e.l.f. eyeliner brush. I'm going to use it to apply that blue pigment on my lower lash line. So I'm using the same blue pigment that I applied on the middle of my eyelids on my lower lash line. And I'm applying it right over that blue eyeliner, bringing it downward. I'm going to go back with that same dark brown, and I'm going to apply that right underneath. And I'm going to apply my mascara on my lower lashes. I'm going to apply my NYX Bright Idea Illuminating Stick. It's a cream highlight. I'm applying this as a base to my powder highlight that I'm going to apply. And now I'm going to set my face with my Hard Candy Fast and Fabulous Makeup Setting Spray, and then I'm going to apply my powder highlight. Okay, I'm going to apply my Wet n Wild Shimmer Palette in To Reflect. Alright, and before I move on to my lips, on my inner corner and tear ducts, I'm actually going to apply the shade Funny Girl from my Tartelette and Bloom palette. I'm going to get this fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to blend it into my transition shade just a little bit. So now for my lips, I'm going to prime them with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Primer. I'm going to line my lips with my Rimmel lip liner in Coffee Bean. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of my Kylie liquid lipstick in Expose. I'm just going to focus it on the center, and I'm going to apply not too much because this is a very pigmented lipstick, and it is also very light, at least for my skin tone. So yeah. So I'm going to wait a minute for it to dry. I'm probably going to line my lips once again. To finish it off, I'm going to apply my Bobbi Brown lip gloss in Chocolate Raspberry.